Hello friends, I'm back with another tutorial. This will be based on my previous tutorial, that is part 2 of expandable cell, where I added a button to the expandable cell, the second view of the expandable cell. Now one of my subscriber wants that when I click the button in this expandable cell, I should be navigated to a detail controller and should be able to pass data from the first view to the second view. So let's see the previous example which we have done in the tutorial. So this is how the example was. This is a expandable table view cells. So when I click on expand, it expands, and when I click on this full scoreboard, so this button was added on the part 2, it navigates to the second view, to the detail view. Okay, now this detail view have a dummy test here. So one of my subscriber wants that he should be able to pass on the data from the first controller to the detail, to the main controller, to the detail controller here. Okay, and it should be able to navigate back to this thing. I didn't do that. So let's achieve this both in this tutorial. Okay, so to achieve this, first let's what we'll do is, so this is already on the GitHub page as well as in the video. So let's start. What I'll do is, let's first navigate this, embed this into a navigation controller. Okay, so we have embedded into the navigation controller. Once we embed it into a navigation controller, what we need to do is we need to align the things properly. So what we'll do is, let's go to the view controller, and yeah, in the view controller, tap on the under top bars and under bottom bars. Okay, so that it's aligned properly. Okay, second thing is, let's give title to the uh, navigation bar. Let's say this is scoreboard. Okay, so this is how it comes to the navigation bar. Let's say, let's give a name to the detail view also. So in detail view, I'll say a navigation view, so cell dot navigation item dot title is match scoreboard. That was, so first one is the entire scoreboard, and this is a particular match scoreboard. So let's run it and have a quick recap what we have done here. Okay, when I click on expand, so you can see that scoreboard, since we have added to navigation, we have a scoreboard here. Click on full scoreboard, you can see that match scoreboard comes here, and we have a navigation back. So click it here, back. So this looks a slightly uh, good design, or a navigation complete design. Now we should be able to pass the data. So our segue is working, but we are not passing any data to the detail view controller. So let's achieve that. So for that, let's first, so we already have a segue, that is detail segue push. Let's, you know, add some more details to the detail view to show the data. Okay, so I'll add one more label. Okay, about this. Okay, I'll say vertical spacing. For this label, I'll say align it horizontally. Okay, and for this is, let's say 15. Okay, so space. Okay, let's give it some color so that it's visible properly. Change the font style to bold and 21. This is also, let's change it to blue. Blue looks good. Okay, text to 18. See, regular. Let it be regular. let it be regular. Okay, so we have created two properties also, UI. So let's create the IP outlets for them. I'll call this as teams label. I'll call this as scores label. Okay, so this I think completes our design here. Okay, I think we don't need to go anywhere in the design now. The storyboard. Now let's create few properties as well here now to be shown on the labels, and that would be the team names and the score. What was the final score? So I'll create some private variables. Okay, private for, I'll say team 1. That is what we'll be passing it from there. Since we doesn't know anything about the team, I'll say nil. Okay, I'm creating those private for a reason. I'll show you why. Because I don't want to expose my variables, and I'll create constructor getter setter methods for this to be accessed from another class. So let's create the getters and setters method. So that would be public function, let's say get team1, okay, which will return a string. Okay, I'll say return self.team1. Okay, so this is a getter method for variable team1. Similarly, we'll create getter methods for other variables also, team2 and score. So that will be team2 and this will be score. Okay, so currently I'm not taking consideration of optionals and nil values. Okay, to be fast, then I'll create setter methods as well. Set team1, which will take a string, let's say t1, and set it to my variable. Same way we'll create for team2 and score as well. This will be team2, t2, this is team2, score, say sc. So sc. Okay, so we have completed our getters and setter methods. Now let's assign it to labels as well. Okay, so before jumping into the main implementation, let's assign it to labels as well. So I have a label as teams label, yeah, self.teams label. My teams label would be I'll say match held between self.team1 and team2, team1 and team2. Okay, this is my first label, and I'll say my scores labels as my score label as scoreboard, which is self.score. If we run this code right now, it will crash because these values will be nil, and and that's because since we are forcefully unwrapping the those variables, the application will crash. Okay, let's see. Expand. Okay, strange. Oh, sorry. So we haven't called these methods yet, so it won't crash. So basically it will be something like this. It will be get. I think I did something else. This will be get team1, get team2, and get score. Nonetheless, we can do that also. So if I run it here now, they should probably crash. Yeah, it crashes. Okay, so just leave that here. We will move into the implementation. See, we are already performed the segue. You can see the perform segue and it is working fine. So what we need to do is we need to implement this segue method, that is prepare for segue, to pass on the values. Okay, so when you perform segue, there is a prepare for segue method which is called just after that and before the navigation happens, where you can initialize all the variables and pass the values. So I'll say prepare for segue. Okay, so as soon as you do that, it's already has come. Okay, so in this, now prepare for segue is a single method, so you need to check like from where the segue has come. So here we will do if segue dot identifier. If our identifier is detail, then do this. For identify different, then do another thing. Okay, so we will do like this. If segue dot identify is detail, then create the detail view detail controller, and it should be segue dot destination controller, because our segue knows what is the destination view controller, and we'll convert it as detail screen view controller. We type save. Okay, now we'll also here what I'll do is I'll say selected index is equals to root to fetch the index, and I'll say let an object is equals to a data array at selected index. So we have got the object as well. Now I'll say data controller dot set team1, which is equal to obj team1. This is we have passed team1, set team2 as obj object team2. So we are expecting the items from our array, which we have already defined above. If you have followed along my previous tutorial, then you should be able to see that how it has been done. So we have object array and it has match name, team1, team2 and score. So that is what I am doing. I'm extracting the score here. So that should be as, okay, so it says it has to be unwrapped. Okay, so okay, so now we have called our prepare for segue. Okay, I'll put a breakpoint to show that it calls the prepare for segue. So let's run our application. Now when I click here, and I click on full scope, a segue is called. Okay, and it will set all the values here. Here, let's move on. Okay, well, you can see that match held between US and Australia, and scoreboard is something like that. I think this is scoreboard is score as slightly being rhymed, so let's go here and change this thing. I think I don't need this scoreboard again. Okay, so let's run it again in a full and final way. Yeah, span full scoreboard match between US and Australia, score is 1-0. Let's go to another match that between India and Sri Lanka, and score is 2-0. Fourth match held between New Zealand and Holland, score is 0-1. Okay, slight issue with our UI, so let's go here. Let's change slightly bounds of the scores and everything so that it doesn't go beyond. Let's give it some spacing of 5 so that it doesn't go beyond. Okay, and I'll center the label. Okay, let's see now. I think for now, for big names, it should not go outside the bounds. Fourth, yeah. Okay, so it has truncated, but what we can do is, instead of truncation, what I'll do is we can do a minimum font size. I think auto shrink font size. We can do a minimum font scale to actually fit the entire text on the view, to be visible on the view. Yeah, so this uses the auto shrink property to show the entire label on the screen. So this is how we have seen how to pass on a value from one view controller to another view controller, from a table cell to a detailed view controller. Okay, so hope you like it. Thanks for watching.